This is the Giants Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Francisco Giants, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Yo, what's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Locked On Giants Postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. You may know me as the former producer for the Murph and Mac Morning Show on KNBR, or maybe from some of these other Locked On Sports postcasts we do. We also do the Locked On Warriors and Locked On 49ers postcast as well. But today, the Giants had the tying and winning runs in scoring position in the bottom of the ninth inning with less than 2 outs, but they couldn't come up with the big hit they needed to complete the comeback as they fall 8-7 to the Arizona Diamondbacks, just their second series loss at Oracle Park this season. And while the offense, you can't complain about 7 runs, but what we can complain about, Jordan Hicks, man, was terrible today. Gave up 5 runs in just 2 innings. I've urged caution and patience with him for a while, but I think that patience is starting to really run out. The usually steady bullpen also gave up 3 runs, putting this one barely out of reach for the Giants. We'll break it all down, but first, I want to thank all of you for watching us on the Locked On Giants YouTube channel. Please, if you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscription button right now. Thanks also for listening on the Locked On Giants podcast feed. However you're tuning in, we appreciate you checking out the show, and make sure to tune into the Locked On Giants Daily Show for more in-depth coverage. My guy, Ben Kaspick, always does a great job. And let's go to the turning point right away in this one. And while you might think that it was in that ninth inning when the Giants couldn't get it done in that Christian Koss at bat, it actually came much earlier in this game.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And the turning point in this one for me was Bob Melvin letting Jordan Hicks go back out there for the third inning, man. That was the worst decision that I have seen Bob Melvin make maybe all season long. I mean, this was Jordan Hicks clearly did not have it today. He was getting roughed up. Every single thing he was throwing was getting hit hard. And he looked terrible today. There's no two ways about what we saw from Jordan Hicks. I mean, his average exit velo was 91 miles an hour. And not only that, but his average exit velo on his sinker, his main go-to pitch, basically his fastball, was 97.6 miles an hour. The slowest ball that was hit off that sinker, 92.8 miles an hour. So he was getting hammered out there today. He was floundering. He did not have control with his secondary pitches very much. It looked bad. It looked really bad today for Jordan Hicks. And so for Bob Melvin to stick with him for that third inning was kind of beyond me, because the Giants had just scored 2 runs in the bottom of the second. Diamondbacks were already up 3-0 before going into the bottom of the second inning. Giants get a couple of those runs back, and you're thinking it's a 1-run game. Maybe turn it over to the bullpen, let Hayden Birdsong go out there, do his thing, and maybe the Giants have a chance to win this one still. Instead, Hicks goes out there, puts 2 runners on, gives up a double and a single right away. And then they go to the bullpen, have Hayden Birdsong come out. And I mean, he had a pretty good pitch against Suarez. The home run that Suarez planted into left field was not even over the plate. It was low and inside, 96 mile an hour fastball off the plate. Decently good pitch. But I mean, if you're Birdsong right there, you're not able to pitch to contact. You're not able to just let the guy try and hit a junk pitch. You have to pitch for the strikeout in that situation. And that's what he was doing with that inside fastball off the plate. Suarez just made a good swing on it. And obviously that turns it 3 more runs for the Diamondbacks. I mean, that one swing of the bat turns into 3 more runs. So without the runners on base that Hicks put on, I mean, the Giants would still have had a chance in this game. I mean, if you just want to maybe assume that the D-backs only get that 1 run, that 1 home run in that inning, if Hayden Birdsong is out there, I mean, they win this game. And that's very frustrating, because although Birdsong did not have the best day out there either, he gave up 3 runs in 3 innings, and not his best outing of the season so far, probably his worst outing, which is kind of saying something, because you look at what Hicks's worst outings were. They're a lot worse than Birdsong's worst outings. And Hicks now 1-5 on the season, his ERA up over 6.5. I don't know how you stick with him in the starting lineup. I think it's time. It's time to switch to Hayden Birdsong. And we've been urging patience all season long, but Hayden has pitched great. I mean, today, not the best example of how he's been pitching through the rest of the season, but You cannot keep trotting Jordan Hicks out there every fifth day and expect this guy to win. He's shown you that he's not a starting pitcher. This experiment needs to be done. He's been a pretty effective arm out of the pen in his career. Let him do that. Like, this bullpen is already very solid, and you have an option, like multiple options actually, in the bullpen that could go translate to starting pitchers right now. You have guys in the minor leagues that you could maybe kick some tires on. Maybe it's a Carson Wisenhunt time, but anything other than Jordan Hicks going forward is what the Giants should do. This guy, he's just a speed bump in the rotation, it feels like, and every time he goes out there, I mean, you generate 7 runs, you should win the game. Anytime that you score 7 runs, you should be getting a W. But with Jordan Hicks on the mound, you putting him in a 5-run hole, it's going to be really tough to keep winning. So I think the Giants absolutely need to make a change. And I think also Bob Melvin shares a part of the blame for this loss with Jordan Hicks. The Giants going into today had only lost 1 game this season when scoring 5 or more runs. You score 7 and you lose. That's absolutely just a gut punch, especially because this offense has been sputtering as of late, and they have a good night last night with 10 runs. They have another good day today with 7 runs. But this should be a series win for the Giants. Instead, you lose this series to the another NL West foe, one that is predictably going to be hanging around another wild card spot like the Giants will hopefully be at the end of the season. You got to make a change. You cannot just keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. That is the definition of insanity, and we can't keep doing this. It's just not going to work out. We saw it last year in the second half of the season. When Hicks loses it, he really loses it, and so far this season, he's never had it. I don't understand what's going on with this guy. The splitter is not splitting the way that it was last season. He just doesn't look like he has a handle on that pitch at all. And if you're a 2-pitch guy, you profile as a bullpen arm, not as a starting pitcher. So Jordan Hicks, it's time to move him to the bullpen. No more multiple times through the lineup for Hicks. Guys just start to see the ball out of his hand a lot better. Maybe he's tipping pitches again. Like that was an issue last season that we heard about was Jordan Hicks started to tip his pitches and guys were picking up on some stuff. Maybe that's happening still this season. And for whatever reason, that sinker has not been very good this year at all. The batting average against his sinker over 300. That cannot continue to happen. The slugging 453 coming into today's game against that sinker. Just not what you want to see from a guy's go-to pitch. It's not working, and you got to try something different. We got to take a quick break here on the Locked On Giants postcast, but when we come back, we'll get into what you'll be talking about, and we'll also get into today's player of the game. We got some good things to talk about as well. I mean, the offense did turn a corner today. I think you saw some good stuff from guys like Willy Adames, who continued to play well, Elliot Ramos, who looks like he is absolutely rolling at the dish, and Jung-Hoo Lee goes yard again. We'll break all that down next on the Locked On Giants postcast. Today's show is brought to you by Supply House. Get the supplies you need from the site that's made for the skilled trades. Supply House, whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is jam-packed with helpful resources and the latest product info that helps you get the job done right. Plus, with the complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400-plus top brands, you'll find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage, and now it's your turn. Join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5, that's SH5, for 5% off your first order. Supplyhouse.com. Welcome back to the Locked On Giants postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel, and today the Giants just fall short. 8-7. They were down, a lot in this game at one point. They trailed by 8-2 at one point in this game. And the Giants couldn't make their comeback all the way to the finish line. I mean, they got a run in that ninth inning. They had something going with the bases loaded. Mike Yastrzemski also just swung through a fastball right down the pipe with a full count. I mean, that was a tough strikeout for Mike Yastrzemski, who came in to pinch hit for Sam Huff. It just wasn't enough for the Giants ultimately today. We already talked about Jordan Hicks putting them in an insurmountable hole. And the bullpen, even though they gave up 3 runs, you still saw like 7 innings from the bullpen. That's a pretty decent day. Not the best that they've had, but it's not terrible either. You should be able to win that type of game. But the Giants just need to figure out a way to pivot from Jordan Hicks in that starting rotation. I think it's pretty obvious it's time for Hayden Birdsong to start getting some innings as a starter. But it wasn't all bad today. Like I said, the offense, I think, really did start to turn a corner in this one. We've seen 10 runs from the offense yesterday, 7 today. I think that they're starting to maybe find a little bit of a flow, a little bit of a rhythm. There were a lot of good things from this Giants offense today. Mike Yastrzemski did not get on base. He was the only Giants hitter to not get on base in this one who had a plate appearance. Everyone else either walked or had a base hit. And you saw more extra base hits from the Giants. Granted, not as many as they had yesterday, which is hard to replicate 6 extra base hits. But Elliot Ramos with another extra base hit. He had a double. He had 3 RBIs in this one, 2 hits. And also, Willy Adames, he had another big extra base hit in this one. He smacked one to center field. 3 extra base hits in this one. My mistake. He smacked that not RBI, but a ground rule double that set up the RBI situation for the Giants in that 9th inning. And Adames you could tell he was trying to swing out of his shoes in that at bat. He was trying to tie that game with the runner on base before him, with Matt Chapman singling just prior. And Jung-Hoo Lee, we saw him go yard again tonight, back-to-back games with a home run for Jung-Hoo Lee. And I think all these things are very good, because if Flores and Ramos and Jung-Hoo Lee and Adames can all get rolling, and we're still waiting for Matt Chapman. He did have a couple of hits in this game. That's a good sign. If the top part of this order can get rolling, that's going to really help out the Giants, because I feel like the bottom part of the order has actually been pretty okay in recent weeks, especially Christian Koss. He has been pretty solid down there in that 9 hole. We've seen him come up clutch in time after time after time, although he couldn't get it done today. He was the last out of this game. He hit a little flare out to center field, but just under it, a little bit too much to allow that speedy outfield for the Diamondbacks to get there and make the play. But ultimately, you got to find something to get the top of this lineup going, to get them to stay rolling, because I think that Adames has made some very tangible changes with that shortening up that front step, that front foot. I think that he has been hitting a lot better since he made that change. And I think that Ramos, we know that he can get really hot really fast. And I think this is the start of a heater for Elliot Ramos. And if he is going, you get Lee rolling and Adames rolling. The top part of this order can be pretty formidable. Bob Melvin's been tinkering with the order a little bit, and it's producing some runs these last couple days. So hopefully they're able to continue this momentum that they've started to build. You get an off day tomorrow, and then the Oakland A's are up next. Or not the Oakland A's. I did this last night too. The Sacramento Athletics are coming up next. Very disappointing to have to say those words. I used to love the Bay Bridge series. I think that baseball in the Bay Area is worse without the Oakland Athletics. It's just a bummer to see a team forcibly removed from a community the way that John Fisher did. Just a despicable move. I don't care if you're a Giants fan or even, a Rangers fan and you just don't like the A's, an Angels fan, whatever kind of fan you are. If you're a baseball fan, this move should frustrate you. So we'll get into more of that when the Giants and A's play each other in this 3-game set coming up. With the Giants, they have an off day to kind of fix this starting rotation. And I think that you absolutely need to start by moving Jordan Hicks into the bullpen, Hayden Birdsong into the starting rotation. You can't continue to just let this play out. We're almost 2 months into the season now, and Jordan Hicks has shown you that he doesn't have it. He absolutely does not have it. So the Giants, hopefully they can continue get these bats rolling against the A's, who don't have the greatest of pitching staffs. I do really I think that the top part of this order for the Giants has started to find something and started to click a little bit. And if you can get more than one or two guys rolling at the same time, it can really make a big difference. It's all the time that we got for you guys today. The Giants fall to the Diamondbacks 8-7 out there at Oracle Park. Just their second series loss at Oracle Park this season. And hopefully they don't pick up too many more too quickly. But you got to start winning these series against division opponents. It's crucial to stop losing series to division opponents. You already lost one to the Padres, you beat the Rockies, and now you lose one to the Diamondbacks. The Rockies should be a gimme. So if you're losing to the other two teams in series that you're going to be probably competing with at the end of the season, that's a problem. You got to fix that problem. It's all the time we got for you guys today on the Locked On Giants postcast. We'll be coming to you live on Friday after the Giants and the A's play game 1 of their 3-game set. And thanks so much for tuning in. However, you're getting the show on the podcast version, the YouTube version. We appreciate you all tuning in. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Peace.